Just sitting here thinking about how I went to singles night at church, and it was hundreds. I mean, at least 1,000. First, I thought it was 500, but the pastor said it was 1,000 singles in attendance. Like, are we all living the same life at this point? Because I've never been in a room with that many single people. I even thought that it was even possible. I thought I was like the only one left. I mean, beautiful women, all types, shapes and sizes. Literally African American women. Like a room full of singles. And I'm like, this has to be an experiment. Like, this has to be like assimilation. Is that the word I want to use? I think so. Like, I'm confused and I'm like low-key, like nervous, like for us. We're shit for myself, like y'all. Because where are the men? Where are the men? Then again, don't know. Never mind. We know where they at. Bye.
Interesting. We know where the men at. I don't get it. Maybe I'm missing something, but yeah, that's what it is. It's the way it is. I do think social media enhances these phobias or these perspectives. Like when you go to an event and you're like, oh man, that's an all singles event going on in just your city. And then you see another event going on in another city and in your city, and it just makes you think like, oh man, it's an epidemic. It's a single epidemic. I will say there are plenty of people who are married and in a relationship, but there is an outstanding amount of people who are not married. Whether all of them are single or not, that's besides the point, because I'm sure if we keep it real, everybody at singles night isn't single. If you picking up what I'm putting down, you get what I'm saying. There are some people at the church who are not really single, who will tell you it's complicated, who will tell you they're talking to someone, who tell you, oh, I'm still with my person, I don't know what's gonna happen. And some people who are outright just like, gonna be honest with you, like, yeah, I think I found my person, but they're still at single night. So it's not really as scary as you may think it is. And honestly, I think we have to really expand the conversation, like to know like, well, what's going on at single night? What is actually taking place that makes being at a single night valuable for a Christian? Whether they're older, younger, what's going on? My mindset immediately went to, are they teaching anything? Because usually it's a lot of entertainment, some games, which is cool. But the meat and the potatoes of the problem in our world is from lack of teaching men and women how to do relationship with one another and what that actually means. Like, if you go into a relationship saying, me, you're gonna come out of the relationship saying the same thing. There needs to be some teaching that happens at these single night. Teachings that tell men how to honor God and honor women. Tell women how to honor God and how to honor men. You know, help men to be more understanding of women as a whole, right? And I'm just throwing things out there, but these are things that I think are important, just that I've learned in life in general. And then also teach women things that are important about men and how to collaborate and to get along with men, how to have more successful relationships with men based off principle, whatever that may be. But I don't know what's going on at single night. I went to one years ago in Dallas, and to be honest with you, when I look back, it wasn't very valuable in the sense that, like, oh, I met people. It felt like another church service, and the leader of the church was just talking. You know, of course I think he was talking about like the Bible and had somebody come up, but it wasn't engaging. Like, it's like, all right, when it's over, y'all can mingle around and talk, but there was no like intentionality to the one I went to. And to be honest with you, it was so many women. It wasn't a lot of men. So it was awkward for me. It was like, yo, what? It was just a bit uncomfortable. Not that I was uncomfortable with women, but it's just like all these women and there's not a lot of men. So and I do want to say this because it just kind of, it's one of those things that I hear women say all the time. She was like, oh yeah, so many beautiful women. Let me tell you something. Just because you call them beautiful don't mean men think they're beautiful. Like, it's okay for you to say that, but I've heard that a lot. Like, there'll be women saying, all my friends are baddies, all my friends are beautiful. It's like, I hear you, sis, but that ain't the case. Like, you could talk it up and all of that all you want, but usually men see it completely different, and that's okay too, that we see it completely different. So that's something I'm always hearing. I'm like, that irks me because they just throw beauty on everything. In fact, I was having a conversation with a friend. I was like, that young lady's not as attractive. We were watching the show. And she was like, oh, that's mean. I was like, how does that mean? I just said she's not as attractive. But then when a guy came out on the show, she was like, oh yeah, he's not all of that. And I was like, so that's not mean? She was like, well, I'm just being honest. I said, oh, and I wasn't being honest? So it's like this thing, it's like if you say it as a man that a woman is unattractive, it's a problem. But if they say a man is unappealing, it's just them being honest. So I think there's something there. Maybe you know what? I'm gonna have another conversation with my friend about that, because that was kind of like, I need to know why is that thinking that way. But anyways, back to the conversation. The whole church thing, I just would want to know what's going on. How do we engage the single culture to really find out what are the challenges? Because you're gonna end up just having singles night all the time and no one's learning anything. But the biggest issues I see are lack of respect in relationship. Individuals thinking that, oh, they're going to go out and find better. People thinking, oh, money is the way to go. Like, if he makes money, great. That's the man, or that's the type of man. And then saying, if he doesn't make money, that's not my type of man, and vice versa. If she don't look like a baddie, then she's not a good woman. So it's like, we have to be able to get into the thick of those conversations for me to actually believe it's transforming something, it's changing something, it's adding value, because otherwise it's just a whole bunch of single people getting together in the name of Jesus, right? Which is not bad at all, but you're not solving any problems. What relief are you providing? How are you assisting them? How are you challenging their character? How are you helping them see their sins that could be hindering them from healthy relationships or even a future healthy marriage? Like, these are the things that make the church valuable to anyone, specifically in this conversation, singles. So we got to find out what's going on at the singles event. Maybe y'all have been, so y'all let me know. I shared a little bit about my experience, but y'all let me know in the comment section, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.
Find that rock, stand on it,